All right, welcome to another Demarcation Media live stream. Couple things before we get into it. I am kind of sick at the moment. I got a pretty bad sinus infection thanks to getting some dirty lake water shot up my nose repeatedly. Moral of the story is plug your nose if you're jumping down into a lake. But this stream was supposed to have happened yesterday, and I could barely speak yesterday, which is why we're doing it today. I did want to do a double stream this weekend, but the sinus infection said no. So, that's the deal there. I may sound a little odd. I may not be able to talk as loud as usual, but we're going ahead with this anyway. Also, this is supposed to be kind of also a little bit of a help for people who may be confused assembling this, because I know some people really had a tough time with the instructions based on the other reviews that I've seen. So hopefully this will also be a helpful tutorial in some ways. Oh, Flames is here. Make sure. MIBB, Optimus Prime, Membrane, Jasmine Saher? What? My pronunciations is even worse than usual, thanks to my poor speech at the moment. First things first, this guy comes with a enamel pin, which is kind of cool. It's very three-dimensional. We're just going to set that to the side, but I wanted to show that it was a thing. So here is how this works. They didn't actually label each little crate here. They should have, but in the instructions they do. So this is C, and then we have that one's D, this one is A, and this one's B. And so that's kind of how we're going to go with it. They really should have printed on the box what it was, but they didn't do that. So we're going to need this. This is his torso. This is his torso. That's what we're going to need first. No runners. No, that's not how the Yolopark kits are. So we're going to need B. I'm kind of going off of look here because they're not... It's not all that helpful what they did, because I don't have to be flipping back and forth. What is this? 14 and 16. So this, that's 14, I suppose. And then 16 is this. Mantle, welcome! This is the first Demarcation live you've been in live. Well, welcome to your first then. Okay, so 14 is going to attach. Make sure I'm getting this right, because if we do this wrong, that could be disastrous. This really looks more like it would attach here. It does. Okay, I'm starting to understand why people said that the instructions were not that helpful. Because they don't look that helpful so far. And this is going to go on this way. Like that. This is not Blockies. No, this is Yolopark. So, Yolopark, they are very much bigger kits. As you can see, Blockies doesn't typically do kits this large. Okay. It doesn't want to go in. Why isn't it going in anymore? I don't, unfortunately, have... I don't have the battery yet for this. Okay. It doesn't seem to want to... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Now we have a bit more of a seamless torso. Oh, Multiversal's here. Welcome. Oh, we need his head. His head's easy. Alright. A little on the loose side, but not terrible. Definitely sticks out a bit oddly at the moment, since we don't have anything else on at the moment. So we've got this. This is an arm. Does this rotate? No. Okay, so this needs to go on the inner side. This is left. Yeah. So this is going to go this way. So you need to make sure... Ah, it's so hot here that it's like really sticky, and so I'm sticking to the instructions. This little tabbed sticking up thing needs to go towards the body, best I can tell. So that's what we need to do here. Some stiff connections. Man, is that going to be a functional joint? Try coating the joint with super glue. Well, yes, for the head, if it gets to be a problem. Some of these joints are very, very tight. And then we just peg that in there. Well, that was pretty easy. And we need to just do the same thing for the other side. This will probably end up being a somewhat shorter stream than normal. But I wanted to do a playing Halo Infinite with viewers stream today, but that was not able to happen. Okay, yeah, so there is a swivel here, but man, it's a tight swivel. It's almost problematically tight. Can I pull it off? If I pop it back on. But I guess that helped a little bit. Some of these joints are attached together with screws, which I actually really like. I think that's a great option. So I gotta reach way over here. We'll get Prime's just open hands. Because he's never coming back. Yeah, he's definitely never coming back. Hasbro and Paramount didn't do something really stupid and nix the Transformers 1 sequel to bring Michael Bay back. They definitely wouldn't do that. Definitely. Right? Right? Okay, wait. Let me double check. C part. Oh, that's here. So C18. Where is that? Oh, 17 and 18. Okay. What's my opinion on Yolopark? Well, I'm kind of revising my opinion because I got their Rise of the Beast Prime and I kind of ended up with an opinion. But that opinion, this figure may change that opinion, and we'll see if it does. Blockies is still my go-to though for Transformers overall. Because you can get way more for your money with Blockies. Come on now. Settle in place. Come on. What's going on here? Why are we not sticking? So the hands are soft material. Oh, there we go. Why'd they get rid of? Because they looked at the numbers and said, it didn't make money. And they looked at the last night and said, look, it did make money. And so now they decided to try and bring Michael Bay back. Okay, so this is the front. The feet have some die cast to them. Let's see, 12. Oh yeah, underneath they look like they should go the other direction. Yolopark, Rise of Beast, Bumblebee's legs fall off. Ugh. That was a tight fit. It's a tight swivel too. Alright. Yeah, I have, like I said, I have their Prime from the Rise of the Beast, and he's okay. There's a lot going for him, but there's a lot of things that I was kind of miffed about. Particularly his neck. His neck looks really bad to me. Like, it's so bleh. Also, I really like this. The ankle is a screw, so I can easily tighten this one with just a few turns of a screwdriver. Another thing I saw people being miffed about here is the fact that they didn't use die cast for the hips at all. This is just plastic, and so I guess there's kind of a thigh swivel. Is there even a thigh swivel? If there is, there's not much. Not much of a thigh swivel. Huh? Yeah, that's a little weird. It looks like they've set it up for a thigh swivel, but I don't see one. What is his body made of? It's a mix of plastic and metal. Mostly plastic. The metal parts will be added on later, but a lot of his joints are attached with screwdrivers and metal pins. Okay. So there's that. Oh, yeah, there is a bit of a swivel. Okay. There is, but it's not super functional as an actual swivel. His body is like rubber. No? It's pretty hard. Ugh. The amount of like force that it takes to put some of these parts on is concerning to me, because I'm like, okay, are these parts gonna last then? Because, like, golly, this is very difficult. Here, let me put his arms out to the sides. Get an old T-pose. Okay. Ugh. Looks like metal. It looks like metal, but what the heck? This peg is like too big or something. Yeah, this peg is so much larger than the peg hole. Am I going to have to do a little bit of sanding here? Let me see. Where is... Yeah, the tolerances need work. Like, Blockies tends to err the other direction, where things will be too loose. But it is kind of easier to deal with things that are too loose. Prime looks so cursed. Yeah, I mean, he's literally a skeleton right now, so... That probably was not enough, but... Yolopark is a bad first impression. Or I guess second impression, but... It's not great. This is not winning me over. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Maybe I do need my thicker one. How much do I make for streaming, like a normal live? I mean, for replays, I don't know. It's a few bucks. It's not very much. I need to be a bit more aggressive here. How much did I pay? This was around a $70 figure. And yes, that means the stream does not just pay for it. You know, actually a lot of the channel doesn't pay for itself. I mostly do it because I actually just like this stuff. That's why collaboration stuff like with Blockies is so important. Because it actually is, it's a overall benefit for the channel. Oh. Is that on all the way? Okay. Does it just not peg on all the way? Because there's a little... Actually, there's still kind of a lot bit. There we go. When is Starscream Bumblebee build stream? Honestly, I don't even know if they're sending it to me at this point. I can ask them again, but... Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, we're going to send it to you. We're waiting for it to come into the warehouses and whatever. I have not heard anything about it since. Okay. Pop this back on. Well, it's together. I may need to tune these joints more. Because, like, yeah, the swivels and stuff are a bit tight. Baitlift, welcome! Alright. So we have Naked Prime. We need to give him his clothes. So... now we need to start pulling from over here. These are die-cast parts. This is pretty sick. So yeah, these are like proper metal. That's just going to peg on there. So a lot of this silver is like a strange yellowy silver, which I'm not opposed to, but it is different than what I was expecting. Okay, and then A36. Which one is 36? Ah, it's these ones here. So we've got this. Oh, there's a nice little peg to show us. So there's a little peg on this, or a little tab on this peg that's gonna line up on here. Now, should I put the other piece on first? A30? Maybe I should. Yes, I definitely should. Yeah, there we go. That's actually pretty seamless. That's pretty nice. Just did a birthday stream for the Fire Brothers. Interesting. That I have not. It's not a name I am familiar with. There we go. Then we peg this on. That gives us that very nice layered look to the armor. Ooh. And so we need the smokestacks here. PM is night. Yes, PM is night. And then I'm assuming this. Yeah. So we'll spin them around. The pipes need to be attached on like that. Oh, there's even some like blue on the end of it. That's kind of cool. It's so hot and my instructions just keep sticking to me. That's thoroughly annoying. Where's the other one? Transformers YouTube. Huh, maybe I'll have to look him up. I'm seeing more and more of the normal Transformers YouTubers getting into blockies, which is pretty cool. A22. Oh, these ones in the middle. This is to fill the gaps under his arms. So this is going to go, let's see, is this the correct way? This is not the way. This is the way. So this is going to peg in underneath here. That's going to make sure the detail wraps properly. We're going to do the same to the other side. This little sticking up tab needs to go forward. The little round bit needs to go towards his back. And then you just have to line up. There's a little slot there, and there's a little tab there. We're going to line that up and just pop it into place. Ooh, that actually clicks into place. Did I click this one into place? Nope. Make sure there's the click. You have something exciting. All right. Is he a Mandalorian? Yes, I am. My Ultimate Collection. Welcome. Okay, so we've got that be there's a I see. Okay, so there's a removable part here if I want to put the thing on his back. But have I seen the Yolopark Soundwave? I did. I saw they just revealed it, and I'm actually kind of interested. Because it's the Bumblebee movie design, which I think is very intriguing. I kind of like it. Okay, so I'm going to use these things now. And then, let's see. Whoa. So, oh yeah, I guess the Cybertronian needs to go forward. And then I'm assuming this is it. Right. Yeah, that's the right side. So then this is a clip. I don't love that, but that's the way they decided to do it. The clips are kind of fragile. You bought a full Galaxy 7 box, and the last figure you opened was a shiny Megatron. Nice. That figure is maybe Blocky's best rare figure ever. He looks so good. Alright, there we go. And then C. Runners, or box C. Oh, so I guess we're going to be using a lot of C. Maybe I'll bring C a little closer for a second. So, oh, I think this is a die-cast part as well. QC issues like the joints being loose. Well, like I said earlier, a lot of these joints are actually, they're actually attached with screws. Or some of the major ones anyway, which does make it easier to deal with. That being said, I do get that. That's understandable. Okay, so this is correct. So we're going to put this on the back. This piece, the little round bit, should be pointing outward, forward. Also, this, I'm pretty sure, is die cast. This feels metal to me. And then we'll just peg that on like so. That was pretty easy. And then we need this big piece here. Which, how is this attaching exactly? Oh, okay, so there are little pegs. So this is gonna have to stretch a bit and fit into those pegs to allow for some rotation. I think that's the correct way to do it. The little golden peg on the outside seems correct. Man, there is actually a lot going on with the arm. XP is just a thing. I think it's toggleable. Yeah, XP is just kind of a thing. I haven't really bothered to turn it off, if I can even turn it off, because I'm like, why turn it off? It's kind of funny. Okay, should I not have put on the bit for the elbow? Is that making it more difficult? Could be. Probably is. Yeah, hang on. Is this correct? What am I doing here? Does that go more on the inner arm? Oh, it does. It does. Maybe that's why I couldn't get it to fit on the outer part. Okay. I would definitely recommend not putting on... Oh, it's kind of crooked, so it's going to settle kind of crooked. I would recommend not putting on the elbow first. That seems to have made it more difficult. And then this part... Is that just going to... Where is this going to settle? Okay. So it settles there, and then we have one final section. The AMK Pro Scourge. Like I said, this may change my mind and make me want to do some more Yolopark. I actually reached out to them to see if they wanted to do a collaboration for this this coverage, but because I was late to the party, they were already done with all of their collaborations for this particular dude. So again, we need to settle this kind of at an angle. Much easier now that I didn't have the elbow on, which, yeah, I'll just put the elbow on when we're done. That's backwards, I think. Yeah. I actually am not... So I don't severely dislike this Optimus design. I think it's very different, but I do kind of like how complex it is. Oh, this one's got a different thing going on because it's got the peg for the... Oh, wait, is it swappable? Oh, yeah, I guess it is. So you can have a seamless one, or you can have one with the shield peg on it, which I guess we'll just leave it with the shield peg on it, because why not? So we got the extra head parts, and, oh, probably should build the rest of the bicep. Oh, we've got the Bumblebee with the other name that I will not say. Welcome. Some ideas for stop motions. Squad of Marines led by Spartan 2, and they're going on a recon mission. Sounds intriguing enough to me. Yes. Again, tab, little round bit should cover up the screw. Boom. And then I think this is metal. Sure feels like metal. Sure looks like metal. A little random to have that particular piece be metal. I would rather, so when it comes to die cast, I would rather them use the die cast to add stability and like and sturdiness, as opposed to, ooh, wow, this just looks cool because it's metal kind of a deal. I would rather them use it for structural things, which they somewhat did for the feet, which is really good. All right. It's definitely a bit easier to move the arm now that it's got the armor and stuff on. You cannot rotate the arms inward all that much because of those little pegs. Like Blocky's Action Edition stuff, because Yolopark stuff. Okay, that makes sense. That's part of why I initially didn't try to get any more Yolopark, because it's more like just putting together a partially disassembled action figure than actually building a full model kit. The Action Edition Yolopark, or sorry, Action Edition Blockies is basically a master grade, whereas Yolopark, it's a bit more real grade-esque. Just a little bit. Okay, legs. We need to figure out the legs. And yeah, again, I would have very much preferred if each one actually had like an A or a B or a C somewhere on here, and then each slot had a number molded next to it. That would have made things so much easier. But they didn't do that, so we are just gonna figure it out, because I feel like I've built enough stuff at this point to be able to just kind of feel my way through it, even if the instructions aren't the most helpful. Oh, I see. So you can rotate that. Man, okay. He's got... Those shoulder armors do not inhibit his articulation at all. I am a big fan. I like that. So we're going to peg this here. Cool. And then we're going to peg this here. Yep, looks correct. I already know I'm not going to like this drop down, because the drop down's always more loose than it should be. And that always frustrates me to no end, because this one's not a screw, which means I can't tighten this one so easily. And the drop down, like if I'm just trying to move his leg, I don't want the drop down to also work at the same time. I just want to use one. So I'm typically not a fan of drop downs. I feel doing a marine. My Toymation stop motion. I mean, depends on how much time I have, but I'm certainly open to the idea. There is a contact email on this channel. You can go to the About page and you can find it there. You can always send the script that way. All right, so we got this little, this also feels die cast. This little bit, there's a little tab here that should go backwards. There's also a little tab on the peg that lines up with a little bit there. So that turns into that. Comparison with some Blockies figures. Yeah, I could do that. Separate the limbs to be easier. But where's the fun in that? We don't need it to be easier. Oh, that's on a hinge? Oh, yes, it is on a hinge. Oh, because it's metal attached. Not a super useful hinge, I must say. That's not that useful. All right, we got that on. We can go ahead and put the other side on. Which of the champion class figures for Transformers is my favorite? Well, whoops, that is very upside down. Bayverse Prime is my number one, but the Transformers 1 Ironhide is number 2. All right, there we go. Yeah, the feet, I feel like those feet should be swapped, but That's not what you're supposed to do. And then what do we got? So we got this. That's for this side, I believe. So this is going to go, yep. You couldn't join the stream as promised, you got to go. That is completely fine. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you for stopping by even for a little bit. There we go. Pop that on. And what else do we need? So we need this section, I think. Rotate this around. Oh, that's the inner part. So this needs to go upright. Wait, is this for this side? I think this is... Perhaps not. Nope, it's... Okay, cool. So that goes there. Which means I'll grab the other side. Thomas E6U, welcome. So pop this forward. So there's a little round bit on the end of this. And then there's a little screw here. And that round bit needs to settle over top of the screw. Yeah, that drop down's already annoying me. That's not a great start. I want the drop down to be tighter. So we got that. And then this is his kneecap. I think it... Oh, yeah, that's... Is that the right side? Maybe it's the other side. No, that is certainly not correct. Okay, so it just doesn't have that super tight of a fit. The Prime looks complicated. I mean, he looks complicated, yes. His build is not as complicated as he looks. What is that? Flashing or something on there for some reason? Also, because this is a AMK Pro, that means he comes fully painted. So I don't have to worry about doing any paint or customization unless I feel like it. Oh, this is also die cast. Oh, this goes on the inner part of the leg. Downward like that because there's a smaller peg. Wait, is that going to work? Because it's metal, the tolerances are... Well, maybe I have the wrong side. Let me check it. Does it fit on this side better? I think that's correct, but I just have to... Yeah, there we go. The metal is definitely a bit... what's more worth it? Join... What? What is gag? This design is awesome. Different, but still recognizable. Yeah, I feel like they did a good job. I mean, you can clearly tell that it's Optimus, so... I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't like it, which fair enough, but... I don't know that it's quite fair to say it's the worst Optimus ever. Josh got the super secret Defender Grimlock. Nice. Nice. The little swoop on his back is hilarious. And it's great that you can take it off and actually use it as swoop if you want to. Oh, we'll flip that upside down. Which way is it supposed to go? Yeah, I think that's more correct. Yep, there we go. Lucky's classic class Soundwave and Shockwave. Loose, waste constantly. Hey, Void, welcome. Yeah, you can. That's the thing. Like I said, blockies. The issue I've consistently had with blockies is that sometimes their joints are too loose. They're usually easily fixed, though. Excuse me. Ugh. I gotta keep rags on me at all times when I've got a sinus infection. Well, Membrane, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Okay. Now we need... Is it this piece? Oh, I think so. Got some red. So this will go here. Okay, yeah. That looks pretty good. The sound wave, clock wave are fine. Well, yeah, that's the thing. There's varying levels of quality control. And sometimes things just slip through. This is, I guess, his calf pieces. Your blue Elite's helmet peg broke. Oh, that's no good. You have 0 fully functioning Elites. Well, take the hand from the one and give it to the other one. You can also just easily glue the helmet on. Like, it sucks that you can't remove it, but gluing the helmet on is a viable option. Okay. Oh, he needs his foot covers, but what are these? Where do these go? Oh, I know where these go. These go on the inside of his legs here. Yep. Interesting. It makes the inside part of his legs look very chunky. It almost makes me think that I should have switched the legs, but that's just not how it's not how he's put together. All right, and then whoa, he's a little. I don't like that the one connection point between the body and the legs is a single plastic peg. Like, if ever there was a spot to use the die cast, you would put it here. Like, why would you not put the die cast there? That doesn't make sense to me. I would worry about this figure breaking way less if that was die cast. But it's not. And there's like a tiny little bit of space left. Yeah, it's just there. Which gives him this bobble. But, yeah, I would have preferred them to do something else. Do some metal. Getting Recon Getaway because it's $30. Dang. Hey, did I end up doing a giveaway for a Defender Extra Shockwave? Not yet, because I now have a lot more Defender figures to give away. So, because I waited. Oh, here's these parts. Blocky sent me a case so I could end up with the actual, proper amount of figures. So now I have a bunch of extras. So we'll be doing, at some point, a whole bunch of extras for a giveaway. So peg that on there. Ah, everything's sticking to me. It's so warm. So, can I peg this on? There we go. So we're done. Oh. We're done with that. This is the articulated hands. Oh, weird. They're only articulated in... They're not individually articulated. You can move 2 fingers and then 2 fingers. That's weird. Why is it $30 on Amazon? Because everybody's overpricing Mega stuff now. Okay, so we're going to put Prime's arms down because... That waist makes me very concerned. He feels decently stable overall. And now let's get to the stand. Oh, we've got, in here, we've got his swappable little face plate. What's the scale for this Optimus? I'm not sure. I would wager a bet that it's like 1/144th, but I'm not 100% certain on that, so don't quote me on that one. Okay, where's the peg? Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, and then you get the Nemesis eyes and stuff. So we've got this. There we go. He's got his shield. And then I need to grab a fist if we want him to use his sword. Pop that off. This is very soft plastic. You do need to swap the hand plate. And yeah, I guess we just have to cram it in. Like that. The sword is one of the reasons why I really like this Prime. Yeah, this drop down is loose enough that if you pose him just right, he'll start to fall forward. Because it's just not quite there. Fool955. Did you change your name? It used to be Foolish Gamer. Yeah, the head, I'm gonna definitely have to tighten that head a bit. Did he get side to side? I guess he gets a little bit. Alright. So we got that. There's a bunch of extra parts and stuff to swap out here. So I'm just going to set that aside. And then we need the stand, which looks really, really cool. That's fantastic. Wardrobe Rally is going for $200 on Amazon. That's so stupid. That is the dumbest thing I have heard all week. Why? Like, there's literally no reason for that because there was no scarcity of that set. It's just because people decided that's what they're going to charge. All right, so this is a screw-together stand. Like so. And these parts can rotate. And then we are going to screw that into here. See, this is a good use of metal because it'll make this a lot sturdier than otherwise. And then we've got the magnetic Autobot symbol. Excuse me. Here, I'll just pour out the rest of this one because we need that. And then, yeah, so we got the magnetic Autobot symbol, but I don't have the battery, so that is just going to go there as display. How much does this cost? If you buy it from Yolopark's site, it's $60. I got mine for like, well, it's $60 plus shipping. I got mine for $69 total on Amazon, which ended up being a little bit cheaper. That's why I bought it there. Okay, before we wrap up, I'm going to grab some blockies for comparisons. So I'll get some Optimuses. We'll get this. This. So for size, here is magnet for the eyes lights. Yes, it is. That is correct. And you know what? Let's actually bring this view down. Oh. Because I want to be able to show this off properly. So bear with me for a second. Because I don't have waiting screens or whatever. We'll get a little lower here. There we go. So, this is the Action Edition Soundwave next to Yolopark Prime. Oh yeah, and let me grab... This is my old Yolopark Prime that I will probably sell off at some point. It's $200. Golly. All right, so here's him. Here's the other Prime. They're basically the same size. And then here is a Blockies Galaxy version Prime from Wave 1. This is the rare dude. So he comes up about to the knee. There is the Classic Class Prime. Ooh, excuse me. And then here is the bigger Classic Class Prime. Like that. And then just for kicks, here is a Defender Blockies. And then the big reason why I thought this would be a somewhat worthwhile purchase was because we move these guys out of the way. Okay, there's plenty of spots to accidentally. Yeah, this freaking drop down. All I did was bump him once. I'm gonna have to tighten that. Look at this. Oh, it's holding there, but yeah, the drop down. Oh, that might not even be the drop down. That might just be the hip joint. So hips are rather loose. Ooh, look at that knee bend, though. Hips are rather loose, and unfortunately, that is not one of the parts with metal. He knocked over Soundwave in the process. And Soundwave is a rather unwieldy figure, so he gets easily unbalanced. But no, this is why I wanted to get him, because look at this. A Mega figure is, I think, pretty much exactly in scale with this guy. So I can take these dudes from Terminator, and I can use them as like soldiers and stuff alongside Prime for photos. So that was a big, big draw for me. That's why I wanted to get him. Aside from the fact that he's got a sword, and robots with swords are just cool. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do some tuning on the joints. I'd say it's not all there. There's a few things that really could have been done better. And I think, I'm going to be completely honest, I think that their use of die cast was completely misplaced. Like, why do I need just random chunks of metal on the legs when I could have structural stability from metal in the torso joints and stuff? Maybe I'm being nitpicky, but I think that that's yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about the choices that were made in that regard. That being said, he does look fantastic. So I'm going to be doing a video review of him, where I'm going to take him out and do some toy photography, because that's going to be the real teller. I wanted this guy because of the detail, and we'll see if his detail lives up to my expectations. Yeah, we'll see. So, my talking voice is about worn out. So, we're going to go ahead and end it off here. So, I'm going to just pray us out, and then hopefully next weekend I will be in better streaming shape. So, Lord, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this. Thank you that my talking voice was working enough for me to actually do this, to get this Optimus built. I just pray a blessing on everybody who joined, that you would give them all safe and enjoyable weekends, and that we would be able to come back for some more streams next weekend. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. So, thank you all very much for watching. This definitely is a shorter stream than usual, but like I said, my talking voice is about worn out. So, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for bearing with me through the delay from yesterday to today. And I'm glad we actually got this guy put together. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I will see you guys hopefully next weekend. I would like to do some Halo Infinite with viewers because we haven't done that in a bit. And I know there's a handful of people that are waiting for another one. So hopefully we'll be able to do that.